What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 5. In this episode, we are going to go over functions, what they do, how they work, and what you might use them for. So, let's hop into the script from last time that we were working on. And so, basically, what a function is imagine it as a block. And you can put any kind of code you want inside of this block, and it'll just sit there waiting for you to call on it. And the moment you call that block, everything that's in the block will run. So you could have somebody's health take damage or health go down whenever you call it, and you could have the player set on fire along with like a brick changing color. And none of that would happen until you call the block, and then everything that's in the block will run. So the way you would set it up is we're going to use the code from last time to make it easier, but we're going to push it down for a second. You do local like with the other scripts, so it doesn't affect things that you don't want it to, at least for now, while you're learning. So local, function, and then space, and then you can give it any name you want as long as it's not the name of a variable that's already set on Roblox. So we're just gonna do tutorial. And then you can press enter, and then you can see how it gives you an end here. And this is what I was talking about by a block. So everything between the local function tutorial and end will be what runs when we call the function. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to get rid of the code from last time. And we're not going to use that. I think there's a cooler example. I guess it's not really cooler, but it's a better visual example. So it'll also teach you guys how to change a part color with the script because it's slightly different than the other properties. So what we're going to do is block dot brick color equals brick color dot new, and then you could type in any color you want. If you want to use the three color system, you would do block dot color equals color dot new, but we're just doing the brick color so we can use the names of the colors just to save time. So we'll just type in, oh, you have to use quotations. I'm sorry, I forgot that. We'll just do red flip flop. And then we will copy this and we're going to paste it two more times. We're going to choose now we'll just go for a pink cone. And then we'll also go for a green. Oh, we'll go gold because we're all going to get rich off of these games, aren't we? Gotta believe in it. All right, so we have our three colors inside of the function. You could do any amount of colors you want. You could do one color, but it wouldn't really be worth it. I guess you could make it worth it. You could have it called that, but it'd be kind of a waste of time, I think. I guess not. You could find any use for these. But in between them, you want to put a weight because if we don't, then it's going to instantly switch between the colors. And you won't even be able to see the color change because it won't know to wait between colors, so it'll instantly change between them. And we're going to put a weight at the end too, just because it's going to be switching multiple times and you don't want it jumping from gold back to the top instantly either. So this is our tutorial function, and this is our block that we're going to be calling. So to actually call your function, it's as simple as typing the name in with the brackets at the end. And that's all you have to do to make a function. And you could do so many different kind of things in these functions. You could have it set to give players money when a certain thing happens, or it'll check and it said like at multiple points in the game, you could check if somebody has a certain level. And then whenever it says that they do and it comes back true, it would run this function. And you might not want to use the normal way. Like you might want to use a function because if you don't, and you're just writing this code, every time you would do if the player is level 10, do all of this, but you might have to do that 20 times. Or if you do it for every level, that could be a lot. So just by making a function, you can do whenever it does come back true, you just direct it back up here. So you're not typing this over and over and over again. Because even if you copy and paste it 20 or 30 times, is going to take up a lot of time that you could be making something else with. And you can run these multiple times in a row. And I will show you guys that you can run it multiple times in a row. I'm not sure why I can't type today. It is kind of late. So we have it running 3 times in a row, changing between the 3 colors. So we're going to go here. We're going to run. And as you can see, it's changing between the colors. It waits 1 second, goes to the next color. Waits 1 second, goes to the next color. And because there's 3 different colors, and I made it run 3 times, you saw it change 9 times. So you could do all kind of things with these. Like we could take the next one, we could make another one, tutorial 2, and then we could put black and baby blue, and we will just use those 2 colors. And then what we could do is call one, call the other, and call the first one again. And it'll work the same way. There we go. It went black and blue that time, which is exactly what we wanted. So one thing that's very important to note when you're making these functions, any variable that you make in the function cannot be used outside of the function. And I'm going to show you an example of what I mean. So this is outside of the function. This is in the normal general script, which means this can be used anywhere, including in a function. But let's say for a second, we take it out of there and we put it in a function. What you're going to notice is that this function should no longer run. Okay, it did run. Oh, okay. See, I messed up. This is a great example of why you use local. So, because I used block without using local, it lets anywhere in the game use block equals game.workspace.block. But if I wanted to have another script where I might use the word block to represent a different block, this would mess it up. So, you would want to put local. But now if it's local, only the thing that it's directly in or below it can see it. So this is a function which is in the script. This function is not below this. These are both below the script, which is why if it was out of the function, they both could see it. But because it's in the function, like a subfolder, this one can't see it. Now I could copy and paste it into here and it would work great. So you got to make sure that you're not putting this in here unless you only want it to work in this function. So we're going to move it back out just to make it simple. And now I'm going to show you that you can run a function in a function. So we are going to delete the tutorials from the bottom, the first ones, and only leave tutorial 2. But we're now going to do this. So now we'll run 2, and then when it gets down to the third brick spot or third line spot, it will run the first tutorial. So now it won't run tutorial 1 first, it'll run tutorial 2 and then tutorial 1. Black, blue. Oh, I'm not sure why I opened the script. Okay, I did fix it. It was on my end. It was on my computer's under Roblox Studio. The script was fine. We're going to run it again real quick, and it should work fine. Black, blue, red. There we go. So we ran a script and a script. But I do want to note that you cannot use something that you haven't created yet. And what I mean by that is tutorial 1 cannot call tutorial 2 because tutorial 2, as far as the script knows, doesn't exist yet. The only reason tutorial 2 can call tutorial 1 is because tutorial 1 already exists. So when tutorial 2 tells the script, hey, open this function that has been created, it can because it's already been created. Unlike tutorial 1, which would ask for tutorial 2 that no longer or doesn't exist as of yet. So those are the most important things about functions. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment, let me know. I'll be happy to help you with anything you have questions about. Even if it's not about this chapter, just let me know. And I hope you guys will write your scripts down below, make your own, work on it. Try to create something that's different using a different property than what I did, and drop it down in the comments so we can see what you're working on.